Hey guys, setting up my new Football Manager series, which we're gonna call On the Shoestring, because we're gonna be Dagenham Redbridge, who are currently in League 2. They're not doing too badly at the moment. I think they're 6th or 7th. They're in the playoffs at the moment. But I say this because it wasn't recently, but the BBC on their sports website went into detail about them, and it was one of the most. It wasn't one of the worst off teams in League 2, but it was how they were holding it together. And I thought, might as well try and bring back some of that glory, especially with how in 2010 they got to the playoff finals and they won against Rotherham, and they normally do quite well against Rotherham, really. But I just decided might as well go with it. It'd be a bit of a challenge, and they have got one or two good players off the bat. Like, and you should just be going to see the chairman, you know, the standard. I'll say I want history about the club. I want to talk about the budget, so I'm going to have I don't want to talk about philosophies, I think, and a press conference. Then I go to talk to my assistant manager, Warren Hackett, and I say that I don't want any inter-squad friendlies. I want to see my backroom staff, and there was one more, and I want to report on the squad. And I asked him to arrange the friendlies for me because I don't really want to do that, to be honest. But it's just just no background. And then I decided to go for a mid-table finish because the team of this quality is quite decent, so I thought they'd be able to. And we find out that this is our best player, Reece Murphy. I think he's just joined. I think I went and looked at him, but when I was looking, I saw that he's only just joined Dagenham, and this is just showing up what stats he is. He's got low 10s in most things, 13 finishing and composure, so hopefully that means he'll be quite a good finisher. Then we do the scouting, just take everyone's advice into account. I decided to leave the formation at 4-4-2 for now. And back to Reece Murphy, I found out that he was in the Belgian league before they signed him. And we have a look at this goalkeeper, Dean Santiago, who plays for in Iran. He plays for Iran, or he's Iranian, one of the two. And for a young player that he is, he'd be quite a good player to sign. 19 years old, yeah, three-star ability. And here we try and negotiate a bit, put up his appearance fee, but he's still not having it, so we decided to get rid of our 22,000 in transfer budget down to wage, because when you're in League 2, you're mostly looking at free transfers. Very rarely do you buy anyone. And you see this midfielder called Eugene Bopp. It's a bit of a weird name. Not Eugene, Eugene Bopp. But I don't think he'd be that good. Then I have my team meeting, and I say that I know you haven't heard of me. I think we can go a safe mid-table position this season. And then the captain says, I think it's a bit too ambitious, a go. And I said that we're confident that we can do it. And everyone Hines backs me up. One of our better players. And I get more players reacted well than badly, and hopefully we'll be alright with that, really. But we didn't have long till we play. I haven't got long till we play Rangers, and now I'm just looking at Mendy, Alito. Many teams want to have him on loan, but looking at our wingers, they're not very good. So I initially accept them because I plan on bringing in some wingers. There's one player who you'll be revealed at the end of the episode, who I'm quite interested in. You know, he's been around a bit. He's been in the Premier League quite a lot, and he's our best winger, really. I think he's one of our best wingers. Anyway, he is one of our best wingers, and he's quite bad. He's not very good. And we ask our scouts, our assistant managers, to scout all of them players. And then we look at these and we decide, because they're paying all his wages at the moment, we decide to accept them all. And then, unless we get another decision, then we might change it. But for now, we gotta leave him. And then I see that he's our best left midfielder, really. And he's a decent attacking midfielder as well. I mean, he's really our only good left midfielder, but we have got quite a good striker and a right back. And here I don't really bother with the press conferences, I just normally go for the positive ones. And that was it. I have a quite quick thing to do. So we decided to just have a look at the free transfers, see what we're working with, see if there's any decent players. And I see Francis Jeffers. He was sending a scout report. He looks decent stats, but he is 32. But I was thinking I was right, and he used to play for Everton, and then he got an 8 million big money transfer to Arsenal in the day, and he was terrible. He was basically the Torres of them days. We look at the strikers, but most of them are good players, but they're going to deteriorate very quickly. Even if they're 33, they're not going to be the best. And look at Craig Fagan. I know he's played for Hull City. Ruben Hazel, I've heard of that name before. It might have been a different Hazel, but Danny Spiller. I remember Danny Spiller. He used to play for Dagenham at one point. Dele Adibola. Oh, he's old now. I thought he wasn't that old. I thought he was only in his early 30s. And Tommy TJNC used to play for Dagenham as well. I'm surprised that he's still a free transfer. But he's not that good. And I see Barry Hells, the old Fulham striker. This was long. This is early 90s. No, late 90s. I mean, when he was smashing them in the Championship. And here we go. This is the player I was looking for. Luis Boa Morte. Depends if I can spell his name right. That's the real question. But yeah, I heard someone told me, I think it was my friend, he told me he was a free transfer at the start of the game. And I was like, he must be quite, even though he's 35 now, 35, 36, he must still be a decent little left winger. But here I had to quickly back up a bit, and then because I had to answer the phone, just bear with me a minute. Hopefully I'll be back in a second. Hopefully I'll be back in a second. So hopefully I'll be back in a second. Come on. Sorry about that, guys. And in a couple of days we've got to play Rangers, who are still quite a good team, considering even though they did go down a couple of divisions. And here I decided to reject all the offers for Elito, realising he's our only good left mid. And we look at Francis Jeffers, 4-star, but here I actually spelled Morte's name right, so we can look, and we can't afford to scout because we have no money in the transfer budget, but we just decided to just look at them stats, especially mentally. They look very classy. So I decided to make an offer. He's going to be a key player out in the left wing. I offer him 1,100, 10k loyalty bonus and agent fee. They do a lot of different things, and then I offer him 1,300, and it's all done and dusted. Hopefully no one else comes in for him, because if they do, that's going to be annoying. But, and just as I do it, he leaves his agent, which means I could have got him maybe a bit cheaper. But I don't know, it might even be something to do with me. Maybe he didn't get enough money and now he's annoyed. Who knows? But it's match day. Just before we have all our scout reports. Just having a look. Adam Nkusu Landu. Looks like quite a good player for a 19-year-old. So I think we're going to try and pick him up, but we have no money left in the budget. So we might have to release some players to make space for him. But here I'm going to quickly set up the tactics. In this episode I'm going to show you all the tweaks and twitches I'm going to do. But if next episode you don't want me to do this, just tell me and I'll cut these bits out. But I think it'll be quite interesting for you to see. But mostly I just look at the assistant manager's what he says, and then what I'm going to try and do is play every player in pre-season like I normally do, then look at how they performed. This is me just messing about, not doing it very well here. Still not doing that. There we go. And then we get, so our starting 11, Chris Lewington, he's still relatively young, I believe. Early, mid-20s, I think. But we have to play both of them as limited fullbacks. I think we both got limited fullbacks. I was going to put him as a complete wing-back, but I don't want that much of attacking, because if we're not, and I had a quick check, see what our best right back is, our second best right back is, and then compare him to what the talent we have in midfield, and I just decide that Go would be better in right back instead of him. But also Elisami, or known as Femi, he was linked with West Ham when they had the left back crisis where all their left backs were injured. He was linked with them as a backup for them, and he is quite attacking left back really in real life. And I don't think he was good enough to make the jump. I don't think though. But also right back I go. He's been at Dagenham a couple of years now. Scott Doe, who has, I think he's been there quite a long. I think him and Sarr we've signed on a free transfer. Femi also, most of these players have been from lower leagues, have been signed, and this is going to be one of our key players. Zavon Hines, even though he doesn't look that good, he's got good physical stats, so hopefully that'll rub off. And we go with Reece Murphy and Brian Woodall as well. I was looking if we could play a 4-2-3-1, but our next attacking midfielder is not the best. So I go with, I think, which combination that could work really, really well in Reece Murphy and Brian Woodall, because Brian Woodall is a good target man, and we can play Murphy as a poacher. So hopefully what I'm going to try to do is balls into the box, headers, you know, and then he'll come in and just tap them in. So this is going to be for our team to go into the game. Don't know why I keep going on the report. Just having a quick look at where I need to improve. I think I was looking at the weakest parts of my team, and that was my goalkeeper. Even though maybe he could improve, but we back up all the way back to the squad, and we ask our assistant to just pick the subs. And we just quickly go over some of the... This is quite a tedious part for a manager, but you need to get them right, because if you're playing a player who doesn't like playing winger, they're gonna not play the best that they can. So that's why I like playing ball winning and ball box-to-box midfielders in the two centre mids, because you can have one. They both will be like engines running across the whole pitch. And the inside corners would be good, as they can both cut in. I like my wingers to cut in, and then they can just lay it through. But I might have to rechange my strategy here, because if I'm going to have my wingers cutting in, I'm going to have either them to play as wingers, or have my two fullbacks becoming wing backs. But I tell them to just go out and have a good time. I let the assistant manager do it. Two of our players didn't like it, and we're playing in 3D mode. And I don't mind playing in 3D mode, it's up to you, or I can play in I can play in the what's it called? Oh, I want to go by Woodle. I can either play in the 2D classic if you want me to. I'm casual, I don't mind. But I leave the replays on, but I do take them off later. But it's a good ball in. Woodle. It's a good volley as well, right in the corner. And a good goal all round, really. It's a good start for our first friendly under new management. But hopefully we can get Barmorte, that goalkeeper. And I think we might need to maybe we might try and get a parent club, because they're very, very useful. As when you have a parent club, everything just becomes so much easier with you get a nice financial injection every season, and every year or season, and you get to loan some of their players out, who can be very useful. But here we have Rangers, as I thought it would be, putting all the pressure on us. But we're defending okayish. We're holding them back at least. The onslaught has not begun yet. We play it forwards, but it showed quite easily the differences in the team. Just how they could pass the ball, just the flowing of the ball was really good. And they equalised there with McCulloch. And my Femi thinks it was offside, but not looking back on it. And I do use the assistant's advice normally. But we have Billy Bingham here with a fantastic free kick, really. Really good goal. I'll quickly apply the advice. And I'm going to turn off the replays. I forgot to this time. But I will, because they must be quite annoying. But here I only normally have the ratings and the league table normally in the top left. But I use this, it's quite useful, because you can base your half-time team talk off these. So you see you've got Agogo, Doe, Sarr, Femi and Lucao, who are both all non-complacent. So you can talk to them personally and say, we want you not to be complacent. Tell them not to get too cocky or anything like that. So we win a penalty here. I don't know why, but I'll take it. Reece Murphy blasts it into the roof of the net, and we're 3-1 up. And I think quite lucky, but we've deserved at least 2 goals, I guess. And again, they hit the bar. They were just piling the pressure. And here at the 35th minute mark, I think, roughly, I decided to put it on defensive, because we're getting battered and we're 3-1 up, a 2-goal lead. So hopefully, if we play it right, we won't have to do it again. We won't have to score again and just relax and try and keep the ball. But here we go, we try and knock it long, doesn't fall into place, and it's just a complete difference. That's the thing with friendlies, you can see the the complete difference in team, and Templeton there gets another goal. I think it's his second goal. A little chip over the keeper. But sometimes, here we go, this is where I turn off the replays. If you want me to turn replays on and for me not to skip them, just tell me. And I decided to take this team talk. And I think I'll go with don't get complacent out there, because I saw some people getting complacent, so I decided to say it, and quite a lot of people seem to gain focus to look fired up. I don't know how you can get fired up. Don't be complacent, but okay, moving on. And some people say that Football Manager is very boring to watch, but all you have to do is you can type it on. You can find this video of the Football Manager 14 ad, I think. This is the one I'm playing as well, but it's fantastic. It's just very, you like it. It's very funny, but sometimes that's how you feel. And here Rangers equalise, and at this point I thought that they'll score again, and it'll be a 4-3 to them. But at least we got a decent result. But at least we got 3-1 up. But just a general topic, if you have got 413 and you're looking to upgrade, this game is different, but not a complete refresh of what you're used to. There's some buttons that make it, God forbid, easier so much. But also, like this is the same. It's been the same for a couple of years now, I think, since 2010, I think. But this is still quite similar, so I'd probably wait, maybe get it as Christmas or a birthday present, or even wait till a sale on Steam or anything like that. And I don't know if it's still on there, but the cheapest you can get it from, it says £35 on Steam, £30 on Steam. But if you go on Game, I think they're selling it a download code that will be emailed to you. I've done it, and I think it was only £28, I think. Well, I've got it for 16 because I had quite a few game points built up. But we're coming to the end of the game here. Probably the last highlight. It's probably the penultimate, the ultimate highlight. And we draw 3-3, which is fantastic. So I'm happy with the performance. Well, I think about it, and then I go, we're happy with the performance, and everyone looks extremely delighted. So, Billy Bingham won that match. And this is where we're going to end it, guys. So, we signed Santagello. So, this is where we're going to end it, guys. I'm just going to save up, and I guess I'll see you next time. Cheers.